You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelsey. I am a soon-to-be mom, a jiu-jitsu brown belt, I'm a coach, and I'm here to share my experiences and hopefully inspire others to become their most authentic and creative and healthiest version of themselves. June was full of self reflection for me, really taking a look at where I was, where I am, and where I want to go. Some goals I've accomplished, some goals I've set aside, and others I've completely neglected. For July, I want to be more intentional about what I'm doing and the steps I'm taking to move forward. I know this July reset is kind of late, but I'll get better at this. Putting video ideas together is really hard for me because I feel like there's so much that I want to share, so much I want to say, so much I want to show, and in my head it feels like I'm everywhere. But still, it all ties together because when you're staying active and you're nourishing your body well, it really helps you feel better mentally. And when you're feeling better, it becomes easier to stay consistent, to eat well, to nourish your body well, to stay active, to keep exercising. Right now that I'm pregnant, my goal has been to eat well and really nourish my body the best that I can to maintain a healthy weight. I know I'm going to gain weight as the baby grows as well, but I want to make sure that I'm still feeling good. I'm not eating a bunch of junk food, and thankfully, I haven't craved junk food like that either way. One of our favorite meals to eat is short ribs with sweet potato. We love to eat a more animal-based diet, so we really prioritize protein, but we do like to mix in things like sweet potatoes and rice and homemade bread because we still feel good after eating it. And to us, that's what's important, how we feel after eating certain foods. Come back on Friday to see my recipe for these short ribs and sweet potatoes, or go to my TikTok or Instagram where I've posted it. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Around mid-June, just a few weeks ago, I kept finding myself thinking about all the goals that I have, the things I've accomplished, and the things that I haven't accomplished. And I really was asking myself why I haven't accomplished some of the things that I wanted to. For some, it was because my priorities changed. So I was competing a lot the year before last. But when I decided that I really wanted to focus on my financial goals and focus on my family goals, I set those competing goals aside. But for other goals that I had, when I was really honest with myself, it came down to me being afraid of failure, or not being liked, or being laughed at, or looking dumb. And when I put that together, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I holding myself back? Ultimately, when we're thinking like this, when we're thinking of like what other people are going to think about us or how we're going to be perceived, it's not them that's stopping us. It's our mind, it's our fears that are stopping us. It's us holding ourselves back from actually doing the things that we need to do or that we want to do. Yes, you will have family or friends that say they support you, but they don't, and maybe they're laughing behind your back, but who cares? These people are not coming to save you. They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to get you out of debt. They're not going to achieve your dreams for you. No one is going to do it for you. At the end of the day, people always have something to say. When I was overweight, it was like, wow, you're a little heavy, huh? When I started losing weight, it was like, you're getting a little too skinny now. You're not going to make everybody happy, and that's okay. When it comes down to it, you're the one that decides what you're going to do, whether or not you're going to brush it off and keep moving forward, or you're going to hold yourself back. So I realized that this fear that I had, if I kept thinking that way, I wasn't going to get anywhere. So I decided that I'm going to move forward despite that fear. I can't remember what book it was, but I was at the office with Alvin. I saw a book on his bookshelf. I picked it up and I read the first few pages. And on one of the first few pages, there was a quote that really stuck with me. And it was, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I immediately related to it. I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, but I didn't start a brown belt. I never imagined I would be a coach. I was too shy, or in other words, really, I was just afraid to speak in front of other people because of that fear of being judged. But now I'm a coach. I teach private lessons. I teach women's classes. Come back on Thursday, I'm going to post the video of what I taught and just talk over some clips as well. So I teach these classes and I teach these private lessons. Old Kelsey didn't know what she was capable of. Old Kelsey would hide when it was time for an oral presentation. When I started training, I was 175 pounds. I came in a white belt. I was insecure and I wasn't athletic at all. So going to class, I was always nervous and definitely pushed outside of my comfort zone. It wasn't easy, but I had so much fun doing it that I kept going. I allowed myself to try and make mistakes and pay the consequences and learn from those failed attempts and build off those mistakes and adjust for my body type and my size. Find out what works for me and what doesn't. Eventually, I got to a point where I felt more comfortable and confident and could get in front of a group of students and teach. No, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I'm definitely not where I was when I started. That wouldn't have happened if I had let that fear of looking dumb and being judged stop me. So I read the quote, immediately related to it, and I said to myself, if I can do that for jiu-jitsu, why can't I do that for my YouTube channel? So here I am. I took a long break last year. I took a break off of posting and being online. I didn't even post much to Instagram. And I had a lot of reasons or excuses, whatever you want to call them. I knew I had a lot to work on, and I was really uncomfortable facing it because there were other things going on in my life as well. A lot of changes happening that I didn't expect, and it threw me off. One of the things I really had to work on was my camera presence. I want to be able to sit in front of the camera and talk to the camera, talk to you guys about what I'm experiencing, about what I'm doing, about things that have helped me that will hopefully help you. But I always felt so awkward doing that. I always felt so awkward sitting in front of the camera, so much so that I would start sweating. Even if I was by myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I sweating? When I was making videos, I really felt like I didn't know what I was doing when it came to recording, when it came to editing, and I felt like I couldn't get my message across. And then when things really started changing in my life outside of YouTube, I gave up. I gave up on myself, and I'm not proud of that. But I am proud of myself for taking it as a learning experience and coming back. Oh, before I forget, I do have a few grip and go graphic t-shirts, and I think I have one hoodie left as well. So if you're interested, shoot me a message, or I'm going to put them up on my Etsy this week as well. In June, I started this 30-day challenge for myself on TikTok. One night, I was having trouble sleeping. I was just thinking about all the goals that I have when it comes to the community that I want to build online. And I had this epiphany that the only way I'd get better at speaking and actually recording and posting is, well, by actually doing it, by practicing, because practice equals progress. So I wrote down a few notes about what I wanted to say. I went for my morning walk and I hit record on my phone and started talking. I felt awkward. I felt out of place walking around outside at like 7 a.m. with a phone in my face. And when it came down to posting it, I was afraid to post it because my mind immediately went to, oh my goodness, what if people actually see it? Okay, what if they do? I did it anyway. Now I'm at day 22 on the day I'm filming this, and I'm really excited to see where this takes me. In June, I really decided to focus on myself again. I started getting excited about learning again, allowing myself to make mistakes, allowing myself to stumble over my words and misspeak or make typos. But I'm going back and I'm analyzing where I went wrong. I'm analyzing how I can do better. I'm studying people that are ahead of me. I'm studying people that do better than me. And I'm learning from them and applying those lessons. I learned about creating content for other companies, and people have come to me asking to actually make videos about products, and I thought that was really cool. So I've started recording more and really practicing my editing skills and showing off brands we like in order to build a portfolio and hopefully work with one day. I'm speaking that into existence. For example, Alvin got a Jiu-Jitsu set for his birthday, some shorts and a rash guard, and he's been really enjoying Nogi more lately, so I've been recording him training in Nogi. I got some clips of him opening the package, and putting that together has been pretty cool. I'm like, okay, so when I watch it, I'm like, okay, I liked this angle, the lighting here was off. Let's see how I can improve it for next time. Me, I've been moving around less on the mats. I'm still teaching and drilling from time to time, but really I'm more focused on studying roles and recording roles as well. Another obstacle I faced was being seen recording. I was afraid people would laugh at me for recording, like, who does she think she is? But now I know that when I go out, people will see me recording, and it doesn't matter. I think most people are so worried about how they're being perceived that they're not really paying attention. Maybe for a second or two they laugh at me, but who cares? I'm not hurting anyone, and it doesn't hurt me anymore. I am continuing to practice my editing skills. So we went to this Vietnamese restaurant for a birthday dinner, and the food was amazing. I recorded going into it, I recorded being inside, I recorded the food. The place is called Jam Viet Kitchen. It's here in Houston, so if you can check it out, it was really good.
10 out of 10, highly recommend. Bone marrow, pork chop.
No, thanks for calling me anyways.
Empty plate.
So ultimately, I am here to hopefully inspire you to embrace your most authentic self. It took me what feels like so long to actually be where I am and stop overthinking and stop fearing what people are going to think of me. I hope to inspire you and help you build your confidence and achieve the goals that you've set out for yourself. Coming back feels really good for me. I'm going to continue documenting what I'm doing, what I'm learning, and hopefully it helps. Just putting myself on TikTok in like 30 to 60-second clips over the past few weeks, I feel like has really helped me a lot when it comes to showing up and speaking in front of the camera and even showing up in person as well. I feel like it's really helped me show up in a more confident manner and not be afraid to speak. June is also Alvin's birthday month. Alvin and I went to watch one of his favorite bands, Royal Coda. He was nervous about me going in the event there was like a mosh pit or me getting hurt or something, but thankfully everything was fine. We had a really good time. We've seen this band a few times, and every time the crowd is a little bigger. This was a good reminder for me that everyone starts from the bottom and works their way up. It's those that actually push through the negative feelings and the fear and whatever resistance that actually progress and make it to the other side. So here are a few things that I'm working on for this month, for the month of July. I know we're like halfway through it, but this is where my head is right now. Number one, I want to improve my editing skills. I want to learn more about like best practices for my workflow and editing my videos and storing my videos, how to work out of an external hard drive. I have so many videos and my program was getting really slow. I had to get another external hard drive. I'm just learning a lot of things about how to like get my workflow together so everything runs a little more smoothly. These next two things have been ongoing pretty much since I found out I was pregnant, but I still write them down every month just to remember to be intentional. Eating a balanced and nutritious diet to really fuel my body throughout this pregnancy. This is my first pregnancy, and I'm really grateful that it's been a really good pregnancy. I haven't had a lot of the uncomfortable pregnancy symptoms, and I'm very grateful for that. I've really prioritized home-cooked meals, like at least 80% of my meals are home-cooked meals. Also, remaining active without overexerting myself. Since I got pregnant, I've made an intentional decision and really paying attention to how my body was feeling and what it needed, whether that was a walk outside, rest, or pineapple. I've been really loving pineapple. So also for this month, I want to continue posting on TikTok. I started this 30-day challenge in June, and it ends, I think it's set to end on July 23rd, but I think I want to finish out the month and kind of see how it goes. And bettering my workflow and really time management skills in order to be able to post on YouTube weekly. I'll get like random ideas and I have to write everything down, otherwise I'll forget. But I'll write down these ideas and then I'll come back to them later. But what I want to do is kind of go back and kind of assign like when I'm going to produce those videos. That way I have a good idea of what content I need to record throughout the week as well. I know this was a lot, but I really enjoyed making this video. I'm learning and I'm growing as I keep going. Whatever your goal is, let this be your reminder to start now. Don't let that fear of looking dumb or being judged or whatever the case is stop you from starting now. Don't let the fear of other people judging you paralyze you and keep you where you are. You're going to be further ahead than anyone that doesn't even try. If you want to learn more about doing so, about becoming your most authentic and confident self, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Take care.